You guys can speak now. We're live.
Thanks.
I didn't know we were refraining from speaking.
What was that?
What the fuck is this?
I thought you were joking.
No.
Jesus, they're crazy.
Oh my god.
Why is this happening?
Oh shit.
Facebook gets so confused.
Oh man, we're like legit streaming all over.
Why did it show up twice on Facebook?
Nobody. No.
Where do you want me to hang out? Twitch again?
Probably.
I'm so sleepy.
Yeah, jump into that.
The actual Twitch? Or on that, whatever that's called. Please don't poop on me. I'm afraid. Do I need some dust on my head? I feel something. I'm afraid.
No.
Oh, you just shit. You need a...
Sir, I gotta turn this towards you so maybe
Yeah,
you
but
can
I
see.
just got shit on. Ooh, paper towel. Okay. Adam, you didn't answer me. Do you want me on that thing or on it?
Dark mat and things.
What?
What is this streaming thing called? Or do you want?
Okay.
Buddy is too interested in this bird.
Why does she keep doing that? She don't like me.
Come here, pretty girl. All right. And we're good.
I hate to do
We're rolling. All right.
rolling that beautiful.
That
booty.
is honestly a pain in the ass. That's a lot of stuff to set up. Ow! The hell?
What the hell?
Come here, baby. There you go. The hell?
This is difficult.
All right. We're here. We're here.
Aside from the wind today, it was perfect baseball weather.
Was it?
It was.
That's cool.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I just thought I'd throw that out there. It was warm, even with the breeze.
Was it?
Yes, yes, it was. You're not even listening.
I don't know.
No, you're not flying.
What don't you know?
I just don't know. I don't remember.
All right.
Okay.
These things are going crazy.
That's what I was thinking. When the little one or the old ones, it might be a little.
They're just so happy to fly or something.
I don't know. They're kind of dumb.
They're probably just exercising at this point.
You don't do that.
She flies pretty good though.
Yeah, it does. It does.
No, you're not flying away too. You silly goose.
I'm just getting this going.
Oh, I gotta share on Facebook. Jeez.
I thought it was. Oh, sorry. Well, hello.
Come here, big girl. Alright, calm down.
No. No big wings.
Alright.
Are you doing this, Tang?
We are. We're waiting for Big Mike to be ready.
Just getting confused on how to share it.
Pretty girl. You're a pretty girl. Yeah. You're a pretty girl.
There it is.
Ms. I cannot read that far away. Welcome, Miss Sandunga and YouTube. Welcome.
What up, babe?
Right. Didn't know that.
No, I cannot read that far. Am I reading it right?
I don't know what I just did.
I don't know what you just did either. There's my
alright.
pet.
How come I'm not seeing it over here?
What aren't you seeing? There's nothing for you to see.
Oh, I thought I'd see all of the comments like I did the last time.
Oh,
Yeah.
it'll probably catch up on that or something.
Okay.
It doesn't even show comments.
No, it says new comments will display here.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
All right. And welcome back to the Burger Joint. This is K-Berg.
This is Big Mike.
Lady K, I guess we're ready to go.
Yeah, I guess.
It's starting. It's starting.
Says you.
It's starting. So, what?
Nothing.
Did you guys say this is Big Mike or Lady K?
I don't know, did we?
I don't know.
I don't think
so.
you. I don't
we
think you did.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Okay,
fine.
fine. So we're gonna start this thing talking about. Did anybody understand what the fuck dark matter is?
No.
It's basically something you can't see, but it has to be there because I don't know.
Because the way the shit acts in relativity to other shit, there has to be some sort of mass. They're keeping it together.
Right. So like we got gravity, but we have way too much gravity compared to what we should have in our universe,
Right.
So there has
Alright.
to be something associated with that.
and it's called dark matter. And then I was reading this one dude saying that basically if dark matter didn't exist, all of the atoms and everything that makes you up a person or anything would just not be able to hold themselves together.
Could you imagine just falling apart?
Yeah, that's
Not just mentally.
you just fall apart.
Melt.
Yeah, and then they were talking about like the dark matter is like might be in all the different little cells, and then there was one theory that said it was weak, and one theory that said it was strong, and they decided it was strong energy. So that's kind of what they're going with now. That some sort of strong energy in the cells, or not the cells, the atoms and shit.
That we can't interact with, but it interacts with us.
Right. We don't have any way of seeing it.
That we know of.
Right. But I guess part of the reason they say when they're talking about how everything works is that they kind of know that how things are working right now, there has to be a certain amount of mass in the universe. Okay? And
But
that-
there's not.
Well, right. But if we had more mass than that, we would crush into nothingness. If we had less mass than that, we would expand into nothingness. Everything would fall apart. So the amount of mass that the universe has is the same, like per amount of mass per area is the same as having like two hydrogen atoms in a phone booth. That's what our density is. We got a pet playing the guitar.
We should probably say that so we're not crazy. But we have, for National Pet Day, we have our pets.
Yes.
Well, a couple of them.
Hi, Heath Douglas. Sorry.
Hello, Mr. Douglas.
How do you see that?
Wait, hello,
On my
Mr.
phone.
Douglas.
Oh, okay.
So one thing that we also want to say here on the podcast, we are going live in a lot more places, so you might hear a little bit more chatter, fan interaction. So as much as we like you on the podcast, you can always check out the live, see what that's about.
You get a lot of stuff before and after. Maybe not so much before because K-Bird likes to jump it.
Hey, you know what?
So we have pets going on and stuff today.
Yeah, we brought our two babies because our adult cockatiels had two babies and they're only a month and a half old and they're flying around. It's pretty craziness. And then we got Buddy.
Yep. Cute little doggy Buddy.
Big Mike's baby. Baby Buddy. Stop. What?
Yes. Sorry. Keep on. Don't let me stop you.
So you can have all sorts of pets going on.
Yeah.
Birds, cats, dogs.
But ours don't want to stick around. They want to play guitars, apparently.
Right. They just out here flying. They're a month and a half old.
Yeah.
It seems like they got so big in the last week.
They did. They definitely are pretty. I think they're pretty well feathered at this point. They don't have bald spots
Yeah,
that they did
there's
a week ago.
Yours. This one just, I gotta get down. It looks so miserable.
She's gonna eat the lights, I think.
They went from like creatures to birds.
Like weird looking, crazy things. Yeah, it's crazy how fast they grow. But you also gotta think too. They were hatched. Did you just shit on me again? They were laid, and then 18 days later pops out a baby bird. And it's all like hairless and looks funny.
Little tiny little alien looking
Right.
thing.
And then like
A month later, that's what they look like.
right, they were, I don't know, maybe an inch big.
Yeah, they're
Maybe.
tiny.
They're tiny little things. So a lot happens. Anyway,
And it's really cool because, like nature, you think, oh, the mom takes care of the babies.
well, maybe that's the case in
But-
some.
But these birds, yeah, they're 50
one-
50.
I would say actually the dad did most of the work.
You think
Or
so?
a lot of, I wouldn't say most of it, but a good chunk of it. I saw him doing the work.
It's pretty
He's
interesting.
good papa.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So when we're talking about the dark matter and stuff, like, I read today, you might have saw it on my Facebook reel, like the Earth, not the Earth. So
Good job.
what we consider regular matter is like the stuff like we can see and stuff like it's called like baryonic matter or something like that.
I've never heard of it if it's the regular stuff.
Huh?
I've never heard that phrase. If it's the regular stuff that I would think it'd be more common.
Oh, to
It's
hear
a-
that, to
yeah.
hear that phrase,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good point. And then like, so that's like 4.5%, and then they say that the dark matter is like 23% or something like that, and then like the other 72.5% they think is dark energy,
Oh,
and that's what's going on around out there.
that's
Interesting.
sort of.
Here you go, Lady K. You can see that chat.
Why can't I see it over here?
I don't know. So, it's just fucked up. There's just this matter floating around that we can't see.
Is anyone watching Facebook chat?
No,
I am.
Oh, okay.
I say I got kicked from that.
I am.
Yeah, And I don't exactly understand. So we can't see it and we can't interact with it because it's so small, yet so big.
Right? That's exactly it. It's so big and so small that we can't see it.
So do we just move it out of our way,
So
like
honest,
water or something?
bro, one article I was reading, is saying that this mass that's there is just the reason we can't see it is because it doesn't accept a light signature we can see.
Right.
Dumbass birds.
It's going crazy in here. Where'd
So-
it go?
Down between the couch and the wall.
Is it okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
They run into the wall a lot.
They're learning. So when you go back to that thought, it's kind of like Lady K and I were talking. This was a few nights ago. It was kind of an interesting thought I was having. She just thought I was just stoned and dumb.
Oh, you probably were. But
I probably was stoned, but that's beside the point. Look, there are things in nature that we can't see because of the color they are. They're not in our. They don't accept light in a color we can register.
I could see energy as that, but objects. If there's something, you're gonna run into it. Not literally run into it, but you should be able to feel it.
You should, unless you go down deeper into, is the chair only there because you see the chair? If you don't see the chair, is it not there? Does it not exist? So therefore, essentially, if you can conceive something to not exist, are you able to pass through that thing?
Like an invisibility cloak type of thing.
Right.
So do we have little birds out there that we can't see or something?
I mean, we could.
Yeah, they're the kind with the cameras.
Can you see what you can't see?
I don't know.
No, you can't see what you can't see. Doesn't mean it's not there, though.
Earth isn't that big compared to the universe, right?
It's tiny.
No, it's dinky little.
But what about like an atom to Earth is what compared to the universe?
The what?
Well, that's I would assume it's probably pretty accurately proportioned there. An atom to Earth is like Earth to the universe.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Is that true?
No, I don't know. It sounds very nice.
Sounds pretty intellectual to me.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
I bet it
Okay
is.
then. I mean,
Maybe it wasn't at one point, but I bet it is now because the universe is expanding. And it just keeps on expanding faster and faster
Well,
and
I would
faster and
think
faster.
if anything, if it wasn't true, I think it would be getting the comparison would be getting like Earth would be getting bigger and Atom getting smaller, and then Earth being smaller and the universe getting bigger. If that makes any sense, it does in my mind. But
It really doesn't because you're just not that intelligent. No. I'm sorry, I just wanted to be an asshole.
You accomplished your mission.
I did.
you're so good at it.
Every once in a while, you just gotta be a dick.
Every once in a while.
A lot. A lot. Yeah. So, yeah, I think yeah.
So then, what is dark energy? Do you ever figure that one out?
Same
So-
thing,
It's an energy that doesn't exist,
but it does.
but it does.
You don't know where the origins are coming from. Probably from dark matter.
So that's how we do time travel. We have to figure out dark energy.
Yes.
My thought on dark energy, and I think I had seen this somewhere, is it has to do with for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction.
Yo, that's just a bird's wings.
I thought it was a good idea.
It's a horrible idea.
I don't know what else to do with her.
Just let her crawl on you.
I do, but then she flies away.
Then let her fly away. So, where I was going with that is, I think dark energy comes from that opposite reaction. It's the energy created by that opposite reaction that we don't see.
Right. But if 72% of the universe is dark energy, why shouldn't it be like in equilibrium?
Never changing, you mean?
No, because like the dark energy, you gotta imagine, doesn't die off, where like our energy naturally dies off.
I didn't think energy did die off.
Does our energy, so our body doesn't die? The energy our body produces doesn't die?
What they say is it gets transferred to something else. You can't destroy energy.
So, wow. This makes no sense. How does the universe expand?
I don't know.
What does it expand into?
I don't know.
More
planets
universe.
and other stuff. It expands into space.
So it expands by the mass moving somewhere?
Yeah.
There must be unoccupied space
Where,
out there.
what is a where?
Huh? What is aware?
Do you think it's gonna run into a wall?
What if it did?
Like it all starts crashing into things.
If it ran into a wall, we'd all be fucked.
Yeah, because then it'd be bouncing back.
Yeah, it'd grow back towards us.
It'd grow back to us?
If it's already growing, it's gonna grow back towards us.
It's gonna bounce off and then come this way, and we're gonna be.
We're gonna like look up, and there's gonna be another planet right up above us, looking down on us.
And then another one smashing into us, obliterating us to nothing. As if we're trying to move outward, but then we get knocked back too. Then what do we do?
And, you know, really think about how scary that is, and think about like what's going on right now in our own sun. Like it's you know, you look at the sky, we're all taught them flickering stars you see are dying stars.
Or they've already died.
Or they've already died, but that's a sign of a star that's dying or died.
Yeah.
Okay? And our own stars just doing all this fucking crazy shit. What if somebody on another planet somewhere is looking at our star saying, look at that flickering star?
Right.
Well, then our star would be dead. We would know it before they did.
Well,
we'd be dead. So maybe we're looking out there and we see this flickering star like, oh shit.
Well, I don't think we're saying oh shit. We're like, oh,
I know, but I'm
7-year cycle.
What I'm saying is that in our mind we should be like, oh, rest in peace to Earth 397.
Give Elon Musk all the money we can to help him get us off this planet.
Yeah, I don't know about that Elon Musk guy. I'm still stuck on what this whole expanding space means.
Why? I just visualize it as a.
It's growing, like it expands.
Expands to where?
We are headed
expanding universe, not space.
Huh?
So we know where the edge of space is?
No.
I don't know, but we know where the edge of the universe is.
We just keep getting We just keep going.
So there's just this place called space.
I think so.
That's what I'm saying. Unoccupied space. There has to be, otherwise.
No, is that why space is called space?
I think
You
so.
just had the conversation with yourself the other day. I was like, what are you even talking about? Yeah.
Did I really?
Yes, you did. And I just thought, you said it should be called an infinity or something.
Yes, it should. Yes, I remember this. It should be called infinity, not space, because space means there is an end.
But maybe there is. We just haven't met it yet.
No, that's why they say no. It's just space.
Yeah,
Space, I think, is in my mind is empty.
Yeah, but to say it's empty would be to say that it's within an area. It's empty area within an area, where that's where it should be called infinity.
No, because there is only space. Anything you can say is space.
What?
But you say, is there space within that box? You don't say,
Yeah,
is there
but-
space around that box?
No,
You
you
can
say
still have-
that's a big space.
That space is usually, well, you can say it. To me, it's just an open area.
You're an open area.
Maybe, but that's not what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily have to have confines. I mean, in most cases for us it does, but for space, I don't think necessarily does. I mean, honestly, there has to be an end somewhere. We could be really, really far from it, but I'm afraid we're gonna all hit a wall. Well, we won't. The outlying stuff is gonna hit a wall and then come barreling back this way.
Like a dark matter wave rolling in.
Yeah, that's a good one. But I can see that being a thing.
Yeah.
So,
You know, like the Truman Show.
Fuck that. Don't even.
Like
no.
when
no.
he's like, I'm gonna get out
No.
of here, and then
We'll be right back after this commercial.
No. No, where he's in that boat, and then he's like, I'm gone, and then he hits the sky wall. I think that's what we have, but it's a space wall. It's black, and then we're like, oh fuck, and then
See,
that's it for us.
why would there be an ending to this?
Why would there be? Well, how can we have endless anything? Doesn't make much sense.
Just because we can't conceive it.
Yeah, I know, but it's either is or isn't.
What to say it's endless? To say there's an ending would just be so. What we're just. What's on the other side of that wall? Then there has to be something. It's not just.
I don't think there's a literal wall. Gosh, there's got to be something that is an edge. I don't know. Or maybe it just loops back around. We're in like a donut type of thing. We're just going in a circle.
And what if on the outside of that, it's all like blue? It's like a giant ocean. There's a giant ocean at the edge of space.
Maybe. Then where does that ocean lead to?
The land of the giants.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I was just thinking it's going to be sad. I'm never going to go to space.
Why do you say that?
I don't think the technology will advance that far to where it's normal to go to space.
You limit yourself, though, by saying these things, bro.
I mean, fine. But
Well, it's like saying we're never going to be billionaires. It's not really. I mean, it's.
That's the stupidest shit ever. Why would you curse yourself by saying that?
because you have to do things to become those things.
Right.
But you never
have to be
know.
on that right path.
You never know. I mean, what if you were on the path to win a ticket to space, but now you said, I'm never going to go to space.
I don't believe in that.
So you're
jinxing stuff.
never going to buy that thing that
No.
ticket to go to space because
no.
you always are going to tell yourself, I'm
That's
never going to
stupid.
go to space. And then,
No, I'm just never gonna go to space because it's not gonna be available like that in time.
all right.
I don't believe things happen to you. Well, kind of.
Do you believe in predestiny then? Like it's already planned out that you're not going to space.
I don't know. I believe if we can time travel, then there must be predestiny.
How do we know we can time travel?
I don't.
We'll be able to soon.
I think, but I don't know. I think I'm a pretty big believer of when you time travel, you create alternate timelines.
So you
So
Start
it's
a new
frowned
one?
upon.
Yeah, like there's infinite alternate timelines.
Then why is it so hard to believe there's infinite space?
I don't know. I just feel like there has to be something.
So you can believe in this infinite alternate timeline thing, but not this infinite space.
We are two different people here. I'm just in my mind. I can't grasp the idea of ever ending, never
No.
ending.
Right. I don't necessarily agree that I don't agree that there's infinite space. I'm
Yeah.
just saying I don't know what that means. I
It
don't know.
means to infinity and beyond.
Bro, I
it.
understand the words. I understand the words of it. I mean, I just can't conceptualize expanding into something that's there and not there at the same time.
Yeah, but you're sitting here telling me about this shit about infinite time loops.
What?
Right, because I'm not thinking about the edges of the infinite time loops.
You just, as you go back in time and mess
So
things
don't-
up, you're gonna have different.
So don't think about the
Alternates.
edges of space.
Okay. I'm just saying when I think about it, I don't understand it. I'm not saying I don't agree with it. What don't you understand?
He can't wrap his mind around it.
Right? It's not that I don't believe it, bro. I promise I believe
It's
it.
not a concrete thought process.
Well-
You can't.
I have infinite cum in my body.
No, you don't.
But every time I ejaculate, I can ejaculate again.
Yeah, like 3
Okay.
weeks later.
Well, because I'm old.
No, it gets reproduced just like blood or anything else.
But you have infinite
You don't have infinite.
until you die.
Hi, buddy. I don't have anything for you.
It
Till
ain't
you
going
die.
nowhere.
That's true.
Really?
They ain't gonna shrivel up.
Huh?
I was just wondering that.
I don't know. It just.
What's gonna show up?
I mean, what are you gonna go and dust come out when you're old?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know what you're talking about. Cum?
Yeah.
I mean, it gets less and. I mean,
Different.
yeah. Yeah, pretty much dust.
Why are we talking about this?
You started it.
Right. Ain't no one over here wanted to talk about your infinite cum.
Especially me. I don't want to. I'm good.
Oh my god.
You're ridiculous.
This is unusual.
Is it really? I feel like it's pretty normal.
Right? I don't know how unusual it is.
This is unusual. It really is.
Again, it's pretty standard here.
What's standard?
You
Me?
saying weird shit.
Well, you know.
No, I don't know.
And they- like,
Is that why Buzz Lightyear says to infinity and beyond?
Probably. And beyond. I don't know how you can be beyond
There-
infinity, but
Like, what if there is something different at the edge of space? What if we got to the edge of space and found out we're really just like this cosmic lake of space?
oh, so first we were an ocean. Now it's a lake.
And,
Oh, you're definitely putting boundaries on it now.
well,
With moderately
Look,
sized people.
there ain't no fucking monsters swimming around our lake
Have you ever seen
eating planets.
Eating
In the,
Planet?
in the ocean, they got planet-eating sharks swimming around. Here, we're safe.
Oh my god.
Just gotta worry about our sun dying.
It's not
Oh.
flickering. We're okay.
That'd be terrifying if all of a sudden the sun was big.
Like a short.
Everyone were like,
No,
what the fuck just happened?
we wouldn't last very long.
We would know what's coming before it got here.
Yeah, that's true.
Would they tell us it's coming?
No,
What?
they're just gonna let us go.
No. The government would not tell you the
They'd
sun's
get in
getting
their
ready to
little
go out.
bunkers. I don't know what they'd do in there though.
Yeah, but they wouldn't even get into the bunker till like they had to.
That'd be
That would be like
pretty close.
a death almost, right?
Yeah, no, there'd be no
Oh, nobody's surviving it. I mean, your bunkers are really gonna be pointless too.
right because you're cold,
Yeah.
ice, nothing.
No matter how short it is.
Oh, if it's short,
Oh, yeah.
that's fine. But
Yeah.
I would.
I think our own governments would be surprised if it just. I think everybody would be just as surprised when it starts flickering. But I think when it starts getting close to flickering, they'll know. They just won't know how far off it is.
Because it'd look weird.
You'd think there'd have to be signs.
I'm sure. They've probably already observed other stars suns that have gone through the process and know what to expect if that were.
Yeah, I don't know though. How, like, if it just flickered, I think we might be fine. But man, if it went out for like, let's say 10, 20 seconds, I bet it's a people killer.
Yeah, it'd be something. I don't know how quickly the heat and stuff would leave and what systems would be affected.
Ain't it weird we just out here fouling around on this big old hot thing? That's how we get hot and cold days, is this thing called the sun. That's just kind of stupid.
It creates the gravity. We all fucking rotate around it because of its gravitational pull.
Like we were hotter today because of this big old light bulb in the sky.
That is insane.
Somehow the atmosphere allowed for more heat to
Right.
come to us.
But in a certain part of the year, we're just always going to be hotter because we're facing that thing a little bit more.
Tilted towards it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Until you realize shit can go wrong, we're all dead. Ain't nothing we can do.
So do you think...
That's fucking terrifying.
Well, I just go with it at this point. If it happens,
What if eclipse, when those happen, what if that is a form of flickering?
it's not though.
Yeah, but the really, really
It has
bad
nothing to do with the
ones.
sun.
But the really, really bad ones, what if they just use an eclipse as an excuse to why everything goes black for a little while?
Well, it's pretty obvious that it's not, because it's circular.
If you live in the South Pole, is your globe upside down?
Like, instead of, so you can see it, you have it flipped. Technically, you're not upside down in any case, but which I can't wrap my head around that either. Even if you're on the bottom of the earth, you're still not upside down.
Gravity.
Gravity. What?
It's gravity.
I know, but we're not. Our position in the universe, we're not upside down or otherwise. There's no right side up.
But I would think people in the South look south.
And not north?
Right.
Well, I don't know.
Is that not how that works?
No, because if the people in the south look south, they'd be looking into space.
Oh my god.
What?
Directionally on the earth, yeah,
Like
you
if
considered south as downward, I guess.
Because they have their own stars and everything, right?
They're
Yeah.
just in a different hemisphere, doesn't
they got the South Star.
Do they? I don't. They don't have a South Star. I don't think. Do they?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
It'd be awesome.
Well,
if
they do-
Did. It'd
but they
be
do-
so cool. If
I'm
did.
sure they could still see the North Star.
But they do have their own constellations and stuff, right?
They have
Yeah.
different ones, but so do we at different times of the year.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I get we do at different times of the year, but they just have totally different.
Yeah, they do.
They do?
Yeah, so if you take like one of them apps that shows stars, and instead of looking at the sky, you look through the ground, you see constellations you never heard of.
Right. Because they're on the south.
Yeah.
But to them, is it north? To them, is it the top? Or is there a reason the north is the top and the south is the bottom?
No, to them, the South Pole's still the South Pole. They know they're in the southern
Just
hemisphere.
the name, I guess. I mean, we know they're the poles because of the magnetic force.
Yeah.
So you gotta have a differentiating
Okay.
term for it, I suppose.
I get they can understand that that's the South Pole, but why is the South Pole on the bottom? I just want to know why it's on the bottom.
Well,
Well-
something in our we can't
We,
change that. It is what
well, it does.
So
I mean,
the world has a bottom.
to us.
in
to
our
who?
mind, it does because we only can conceive in that form.
Because that's we have directionally we have to that's how we understand it. But in the universe, it doesn't. We have no. I mean, we just are.
I mean, it does rotate on an axis. All right.
Okay.
That axis, there's a north and a south pole of. But I just can't give you one and say this is a pole and this is a pole. They have to be a north and a south, or whatever. I guess it could be an east and a west, but we said north and a south.
Okay.
So there you go.
So it would be like an east.
Because
pole.
people in their mind need to. I can't just throw you a globe over and over and over again.
I expect you to find places
Yeah,
if
they
you don't
want
have
stuff-
a standard.
Yeah, people want a standard. So there you go. And here's your north and here's your south.
Okay. I'm not worried about north and south. I'm worried about top and bottom, though.
I think there is because it rotates on an axis. And look, this is your top and your bottom. Kinda, sorta. But again, I think that boils down to people needing a standard to go by.
So that's just us communicating
Yeah.
as cultures across the world.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think we'd get disoriented if we didn't have a standard of direction.
Right, I guess, but I don't know.
If I was in the South, I wouldn't feel good about being on the bottom.
I would, because you typically, beyond a certain point. But
Why
you
do
get warm.
why do they get to be on top?
I mean, I think that's because that's how you
Maybe
that's
they
how
like
you
it.
look at it. I mean, that's not how it's meant to be looked at, though. I mean, it's how it's meant. It's not how it's meant to be looked at.
I don't.
Why?
I don't look at it as a superiority.
I mean, because if you really look at it, it's not. The Earth doesn't spin on an axis like this, so it spins on an axis like this. So really,
Half of it is up.
yeah. I mean,
The
so
poles. Yeah,
The
they're.
poles are like this, but it's spinning at this like this in space. And it's kind of going
So it's
like
not
this,
like directly up.
as far as
upward.
I understand, while it's spinning, causing the things to happen. And but it's not all like that. It's like, so your north and south pole aren't really up and down. Then you gotta say that. So maybe south west pole.
I
is-
said top and bottom.
but then the top and bottom are probably in the fucking middle of the ocean somewhere, based on the way it actually spins. And
No, I'm assuming at some point it's actually reaches its furthest top,
And it
like
wobbles.
a 90-degree angle.
It
Yeah.
wobbles too. It's not consistent on that.
I'm sure at some point. But yeah, it's just all jacked, really, bro.
We're just this big old floating thing out here.
And then you don't
With no
account
top or bottom. Just
our Earth's core just paused for a moment and starting to reverse its spin.
Yeah.
Right? We want to say, oh, the weather. Look at the weather. Yeah, the article I was saying was reading saying that, which explains the weather patterns, the weird things happening.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. Who knows what all that'll affect? But they say it happens from time to time. Every 70 years or so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like it'll probably bring some cold.
Why?
I don't know. If I think it about 70 years ago, it feels kind of cold.
okay.
Oh, my lord. I don't understand why it feels cold back then.
I don't know.
He time traveled, don't
I
you?
bet you it was cold in the 1880s. I bet you it was really cold around that time.
The
Went
18,
all over?
70 years ago was in the 1880s.
No, I did 70 years ago.
Oh.
I don't know if it
bro.
was cold in the 50s or not.
I mean, I feel like they wore a lot of dresses.
I just
for
think
to be
it was
cold.
harder then because they didn't have what we have to keep warm and stuff. But to say it was colder, I don't. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was just harder to survive.
I don't know. I think just the world's going back to its natural state.
There's no natural state. It's ever changing.
Well, it's ever changing, but like as far as atmosphere,
There's no constant.
climate, and all that, like
It's
we're
just gonna.
working our way out of this ice age, and soon we're gonna be into this point to where like we're all just one with the
Oh
universe.
my god.
So there was a little ice age between 1840 and 1880.
Was there really?
Yeah.
Why?
It was part of the little ice age between.
Oh, that's the name of it?
There was 3 periods of the little ice age period. There was 1458 to 1552, and then from 1600 to 1720, and then from 1840 to 1880. So if you go by the 120-year difference there, almost back to back 120-year periods.
Oh shit!
Before that, it was longer, but yeah, we should have been in it another ice age by now.
Shut the fuck up. I don't know what the fuck your problem is, bro. saying stupid shit like this.
I just read it. That's how I feel about it.
But you gotta. But Ice Age, you're thinking, oh, we're a block of ice, but no, it's just a few degree difference in average. It's not like we're just sitting around here like Eskimos.
Well, I understand that.
Well, I mean, kinda. In the bad Ice Age, like
Yeah, the bad ice age. I mean, look at all the shit.
we had
It fucked
glaciers
up the
and
whole
shit.
world. You got mountains in places that there were never mountains before.
Man, I went and saw these grooves at this state park over there, glacial grooves or something.
Like where they went past through.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one we went to just looked like scratches on some concrete.
It must have been quick.
I just didn't understand it really. But I didn't understand what I was looking at.
Just fucked up shit. I mean, you really gotta understand the world was a half glacier. It was just taking over the. Where did all of it go?
And that's just melting.
Wonder how long it originally took to melt.
So how low must have been the oceans during that time?
No wonder so many civilizations disappeared.
Well, yeah, that's why a lot of places are underwater that weren't before. I mean, not a lot.
And more are going to keep happening.
Yeah.
Think about like 1,000, 2,000 years ago.
I kind of wondered, like, if there was a big increase in glacier size in between, like, the 1840s and 18.
So when did they say the
Yes.
big ice age happened?
Oh, well, way before that, I think.
Like the zeros? Like the negative million years or some shit?
I don't know.
See, that's what I just don't get.
An ice age happens in the northern hemisphere when in summers it fails to rise above freezing.
But when was the ice age with the big glaciers?
I tried to ask. I failed.
You
When did ice age happen?
I think that was a long, long, long time ago.
Began 2.4 million years ago and lasted until 11,500 years ago.
okay?
That's a really long time.
So
It was-
let's say 11,500 years ago. We'll say 11,000 years ago. Are you watching all this shit evaporate?
Who? Or is it
Whoever
gone?
lived around the area.
I'm assuming it was done before people.
So you think people are only. You don't think people lived during the Ice Age?
I don't know.
People lived
Maybe a
during
portion
the
of
Ice
it.
Age. I'd say the tail end of it.
This is where I get confused. Like, even just like looking at like this random thing says we're in an interglacial period.
What does that mean?
We don't have a lot of glaciers.
Well, we don't. Technically, it's only up.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
It's up, where you expect them, I suppose. This is stupid.
Right, but it's just saying that it just kind of happens. That's all. It's kind of crazy.
Which is fine, is it not?
I don't know. I just don't. It's just kind of crazy. I don't want it to be all cold and stuff. I think of Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it does seem like it's always cold.
Yeah.
Chili.
Well, I think for that sake, it was because they want the constant seam of suffering. Cold, you don't think of heat as much as suffering.
You don't think of heat as much as suffering.
I mean, when you think of being miserable and a hard life, you think of it being cold, not hot. Life is a lot easier when it's warm.
Yeah, I think in general, I don't know. Some of them desert places don't look that fun though.
No, desert, you're right, doesn't. But in comparison of that, I mean, I don't feel like there's a huge chunk of Earth that is desert. I mean, there is, obviously, but I don't know.
Like honestly, I don't think I could deal with Las Vegas hot all the time.
No.
Hell no.
I'm thinking you can do like central or north California type weather or like Tennessee weather and call it. You don't have extremes.
I don't know. I think it's gonna warm up another 10 degrees or so.
Like I'm sitting here honestly thinking I don't think I could handle living in Las Vegas like that for real, for real. I think that would just be horrible.
I think some people are made for it, but yeah, that would make life hard too. Your worries would be different than if you were in the cold all the time.
Right. Like when it's too hot to go outside at 2 a.m. in the morning.
That's a
nah.
problem.
Right. Like sweating bullets at 2 a.m. in the morning in October or September.
I wonder how long it took people in America, I guess, to realize you have to, like if you lived up here, you get your seasons. If you come down here, you're warm majority of the time. Or if you go down here, then you melt all the time.
I'm pretty sure they knew that before they came to the Americas.
I know, but did they know from where they were? Like they land. Oh, let's try this Ohio place out. I just wonder if they realize, oh, we have to prepare for cold, or if they landed, or they went to, Georgia or something. Like, oh.
I wonder how much weather follows like longitudinal lines.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point too. That's kind of what I mean, like how long it took to really figure out the patterns of where their location is, because it's different throughout the whole United States. Like if you're over in Washington and Oregon, I mean you're in line with a lot of northern states, but your weather doesn't act like it.
Right.
So like I know this is dumb, obviously, but to me it's cold in like Ukraine and Russia a lot of the time.
No, I think the same thing. They always appear to be miserable.
Yeah.
And that seems kind of strange.
Why?
'Cause I don't know if that's real.
It always seems ugly.
I think it's in a colder climate.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean,
So why would they live there?
right.
Well, I mean, I think the really cold areas are very sparse.
Yeah, but it seems like they're all there in the cold all the time.
Well,
I've never seen a Russian at the beach. I mean, you know what I mean? Not over here, but there.
Yeah, I don't even really understand that other side of Russia that's like in Asia.
It seems very remote
You
just by looking at it.
What goes on over there? I wonder what the biggest city that part of Russia is.
Who knows?
Does anything even happen over
I
there?
don't know many cities in Russia anyway.
Well, they probably don't even speak Russian. They probably don't even consider themselves Russian. They probably just consider themselves whatever the hell they are before Russia took them over.
I think Russia's just a big, stupid space.
You gotta remember how many people just keep leaving them and then get taken back over, and then they leave and get taken back over.
I think
Yeah,
majority of them are in prison.
Majority of Russians are in prison.
That's all I ever see about them.
Oh my god.
Is Russian prisons, how tough they are. I don't know. It's just my... Anyway.
It seems like a very interesting place.
Russia?
Yeah.
They drink a lot. They fight a lot. It's a rough place.
Feels like it has a very old school mentality
Right.
to it.
A lot of the women are manly.
Slavic women are crazy, bro.
No.
The women are manly. I don't know nothing about
That's
that.
how they portray them on shows.
I don't know.
They're always very rough.
Slavic
And they have
women
They have
are
very
crazy,
defined
bro.
jaw lines. Like they could come and beat your ass.
I don't know. I think they're hot.
Some of them.
Like Anna Kournikova, ain't she like Russian or something?
Oh, maybe. No, she's something. Is she Russian?
I don't know.
She's one of those things over there.
Yeah, she's Slavic. You look at Slavic as Russian because the Slavics always get taken over by the Russians.
Okay, what?
And like, oh, it's just a revolving cycle. So you
Just gotta accept it.
just gotta accept that they're all Slavics.
Or they're all Russian.
Yeah, but it's not as bad to call somebody calling somebody a Russian is like a dirty word.
Yeah.
Not really, but most of them have a country they associate with.
There's just a lot of white people in the United States. So.
And Russia.
You think so?
Huh?
And
You think so?
I mean, I think of every other country. I don't think of, like, if you think of the United States, do people in other countries think of the United States white?
I'm sure. But so does, I think that's what I think of like Europe, but I know that's not necessarily the case.
Well, yeah, but if you think of, like, Iraq, you think
Oh, I think of Iraqi people.
Middle Eastern looking people.
Yeah. No, I don't think of any other race over there.
And in China?
Same thing. That's true. I never really thought of that. So I'm assuming people look at America as that. As white people. I don't like that though. I want to be more of a melting pot, as they say. I'd rather be diverse. How are we the most diverse country, but we're probably, I wouldn't say the worst off, but man, we have issues with that diversity. Just let it go. I'm sure, I know there's other countries that really struggle with that in a really bad way, worse off than us, but damn it, we should know better. Because we have everybody.
Yeah, I agree. I just think it's not actually like that anywhere.
What do you mean? That it's in no place is accepting of everything? Or
I think they like to hide how much accepting of everything they really are.
wait, what? What?
like they act like they're accepting what they really aren't.
No, that's what I'm saying. I feel like the United States, being who they are, or who we are, having such diversity, I would have to say we're probably the most diverse of our countries. Just
I think so. I guess I don't really know.
right, I don't either, but I'm just assuming because we have everything in a good quantity. But you would think since that's the case, we would be better at it. And we're not.
Yeah, I generally agree with you. We do have a lot of different people from all over the place and here. That's crazy.
Because I don't even. What percentage are we when they say minority? Isn't it? It's close to 50%, isn't it? And I think it's in the 40s. Like when you pile all the minorities together, but still.
Yeah.
I really don't know. I'm just making up numbers at this point, but I just feel like we should be better at it.
Yeah, so like we're like more diverse than like the UK.
I kind of figured that.
Right.
Because like I can't imagine people immigrating to the UK. I don't know. It just doesn't seem.
Well, what's interesting is kind of the white people are very diverse in the UK compared to here.
Okay. Like their origins, you mean?
Yeah, they seem to. I'm Irish.
Well-
I'm Scottish.
Okay, maybe that's because they're less diverse. They just are, they've stayed in their area, so they define themselves more as a certain group. But as you guys know, you're a piece of just about everything. So you're not going to say, oh, this is my heritage. I'm,
Do you-
German.
I'm assuming that's a function of their area to a certain extent, their society being older.
Yeah, definitely true.
Um,
But, maybe if they did an ancestry thing, they'd figure out they're more diverse than they know, but, they grew up and that's where they're from, is that. So that's what they define themselves as.
but do you think people of different race, I guess, that lived in those areas think of themselves that way?
No. I don't know. Over there, I bet they do, just because they're all close together. We are separate on our own.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to come over here and say, I guess some people do, but, like, I'm German American. Who does that?
Oh, I thought it'd be like I'm saying I'm Ohioan.
Well, that's within our own country.
Right?
It is like that though, because their countries are about the size of our states.
Ireland isn't. Is Ireland a country? I get so confused about that.
It's like a
Kingdom?
state.
But it's not. It's kind of weird.
They think they're their own.
Is that how that works?
They claim to be independent.
That's so weird.
Yeah. But they're not.
Isn't that Northern Ireland that thinks it's more independent? Or just regular
I
Ireland?
don't know.
If you're from,
That's your motherland.
I would say if you're from there and that's where you came from, you're gonna, that pride, the patriotic pride for your country is pretty strong.
So So,
Even as people that come from Ireland, bro, their country that doesn't exist.
right.
Oh my god, there's so much going on the.
It's Twitch. Mine's acting funny.
What's going on Twitch?
Oh, I just looked up. There's so much.
Peak rated us, but it just didn't show.
Hey,
Hey.
thank you. Appreciate it. Much love. All right. So. I found it hilarious, anyways. Glad I found it funny.
I mean, bro, you've been on a doozy.
So,
No, I thought it was funny.
whatever you did before we started, you should probably do a little less. Just saying.
Sorry.
That's alright.
I
You're in
apologize.
space. Oh, wait. No.
We already
You're
discussed
infinity.
space. We're
You're in infinity right now.
It's Infinity Land.
Yeah.
Sure, but that's where you are.
Okay,
Come back.
I'm here. What
As
would
we
you like
finish
to-
up. No, it hasn't.
Jesus, you're so mean.
I'm just bringing you back.
All right, I'm back. Back on
Okay.
shallow ground. Or hollow ground.
But you're upside down.
So is the Earth full?
Like, internally, you mean?
Like, is there space between the atoms?
There has to be. Because atoms are bouncing. I mean, as they heat up, they bounce around in the space. We can't see it in a lot of cases.
Do you look at people that stand on the equator as lying down?
No.
What?
But I mean, like, when I breathe in, how much of what I'm breathing in is nothing?
Well, you got. I don't know what the space in between these. Oh, shit. It's all air. But there's space in air. Because.
Can you?
Oh, shit. I
can-
don't know.
Can you move through space?
The answer is yes.
Right. So the space isn't moving; only the stuff in the space.
You're moving things with. Like, you're bumping into things.
Right.
Particles and stuff.
But we are in space, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're-
Moving.
We're in space.
Because it's not like the oxygen and stuff is just completely filled in.
No,
No.
That's gravity, bro. Gravity holds the oxygen here in the atmosphere.
But it's not completely filled in.
In the atmosphere.
So what is it we're breathing? What's the space between?
Right.
What's in there?
Molecules.
No,
What's the
that's
space between the molecules.
Yeah, there's got to be some space. What's in
How can
that space?
something vibrate and move if there's no space?
Right, you got to have space because they move.
Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. But why is it no? Why can't it just be filled with space or air?
because air is
Air is like
particles.
maybe we're like it's filled up with
O2.
air.
And
But there's space between the air, else it'd be a solid.
It
Right.
doesn't work like that.
yes,
It's
it
It's
does.
a gas.
Yeah.
Because there's room for the atoms to move around.
So what's in the space of the atoms?
That's for the atoms to worry about, not us. Oh my lord.
Wait. So is H2O is water, right?
Yeah.
And when it's frozen, it's still H2O.
Yeah.
And when it's a gas, it's still H2O.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's in different states, and it's either. It just depends on how fast the particles are moving, is what state it's in.
Yeah.
And when you heat things up, obviously, it expands.
So yeah, there's still space, right?
There's space among us.
Right where there's just nothing. So I just wonder when I bring in. So when I breathe in a breath, I'm not breathing in any space. There's just space in my mouth at all times.
Yes, there's space in your mouth. No.
Can I get this? Can I get this space out of my mouth, or is it just always in the?
Close your mouth.
Does it come with me? I don't know.
Close your mouth.
Oh my god.
See, it's all just space, bro.
Oh, this is gonna be satisfying. Ah. And that concludes tonight's episode.
All right. Catch you later.
Peace, motherfuckers.
See ya.
Bye. I'm getting too hot.
You guys are ridiculous. It is all.
What are you doing?
I'm unplugging our headsets. We'll leave it up for a second.
1 second.
I don't actually get it, bro.
What?
So, do you move through space as space moves through you?
Oh my god. We're less permeable than, say, the gas around us. But technically, yeah.
So, the atmosphere keeps, and the ozone keeps space out.
But there's space between the atoms and shit, ain't there?
No. Because the way the ozone, the atmosphere is, it's just like a bubble of, like, gases and whatnot. There's no space where we are.
Yeah, I don't think that's how it works. So. Is that really how it works?
I don't know. Hey, boys. Is there an older boy in here that can come explain this to us? Because you're starting to...
Zayden would be very good with that.
Sarah, get Zayden. I don't have a phone. You guys have the phones.
You take the phone.
Alright. So, once upon a time... I'm going to call Zayden and he'll explain it.
Come down here. What's the matter, buddy?
Who?
Buddy.
Hey, we do have Zayden to come here.
My birds away real fast. I've been waiting 30 minutes for bed.
Okay. I don't know where the other one is. I know where one is.
Sunny up there?
You know where the other one is, babe?
Above your head.
Well, I know that one.
Oh, the one in the light.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's right.
Where are you, something, Dad?
Yeah. Are you busy?
We need you to explain something.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Alright. Discuss this. How
You can come sit.
is there space between the molecules? Is there space between molecules?
No.
Wait, talk into the mic and let us know.
No.
How does it work?
How is there not? How do atoms move then?
They move together.
Yeah, but don't they're like bouncing around.
Well, it depends what type of molecule.
Okay, but what's in
got
between?
gas,
Yeah,
Yeah.
gas, liquid, and
We're looking at gas. Like
Yeah.
we're breathing in air or something. What's in the space in between the O2 and or the nitrogen? You know, everything that's involved in air. What else? What's the stuff in between?
mm, uh, um,
Do you not know either? Because I certainly don't.
Is that what the dark matter is?
no,
Well, what's dark matter?
it's in space. Dark matter. If we had dark matter in our air, we would be dead
Why?
because it's toxic.
Why is it toxic?
I don't know why it's toxic. I don't know what it is.
I just want an answer.
I don't know.
What do
Dude,
you know about-
some molecules are bigger than the others,
Yeah,
and
but there's got to be space in between them.
yeah, like if our air was just all oxygen, it wouldn't be like clear because all the molecules are together.
Right. So we would.
Well, it's called space. That's what it's called.
No, but what is
You know, like
space?
space and outer space.
Yeah, but what is space? What's involved in that?
Nothing.
So we're just breathing in
You know,
nothing.
you know how in space you can't hear anything if you talk.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Because there's nothing.
There's nothing.
But even though there's nothing there, there's something here, but we're still in space.
We have enough oxygen to breathe.
Right, we're just a very full version of space. But we're
Yeah.
still in space.
Our atmosphere keeps what we need in here.
Right.
So,
So if I open my mouth, does the space get out? Or am I just in the space?
Space get out of your mouth.
Yeah, we have space when we.
We still have space in my mouth, right?
Uncle Michael's stuck on
Okay.
this.
Because the molecules have space between them.
Yeah.
So,
Well, if it was in your mouth, I'm guessing it's just like carbon or oxygen. Because you breathe out carbon, breathe in
but
oxygen.
wouldn't it become into solid once it got it in my mouth? If there was no
No.
space?
You can't have oxygen blocks in the world.
I know.
So like it couldn't be solid.
Right, so it's moving around in space in my mouth.
Yeah.
Right, so
So there's
that-
probably space. Yeah, I guess there's probably space in your mouth, but
space in your mouth?
yeah.
So, if space is nothing, am I moving through space when I walk?
You're still bumping into things.
Well,
If
Or
there's
moving.
nothing, how do I move through nothing? Or do I carry nothing with me?
you carry gravity with you. Gravity has
So, like,
gravitational pull.
when you
so like,
can't breathe, right?
yeah,
Because you run out of breath.
or your heart
There's
is
no more oxygen in your lungs.
correct.
Not enough.
Right. But there's less than what is needed, right?
Right.
What's left?
Well,
Carbon.
there's other
Carbon.
things. There's carbon, nitrogen, hydrogen, all that stuff too. That's what makes
Because
up
when
the air.
you
Oxygen
when
is
you
only 20%, isn't it, in the air?
like somewhere out there.
Right, right. I understand all that, but I don't have enough. So there's more space,
There's more carbon in your lungs.
or
than
does something else
oxygen.
take over it?
Your body is using up too much of the oxygen to keep yourselves
So like
to
if
the point of
like
satisfied.
if I block an airway,
Mhm.
so I can't breathe in. So then I don't get enough oxygen to my lungs, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Where does it go?
What, the oxygen?
Yeah.
It's not getting to your lungs.
Well, no, because
Right.
oxygen can't come back out of your mouth. It's
No, but I closed it off, right?
Yeah.
I had a certain amount of oxygen in my lungs.
Yeah.
It goes somewhere else, right?
it goes through your heart. It goes to your heart,
Circulatory
Gives it-
system
gives it to the blood, and then any extra stuff goes
out.
out like a waste.
It feeds your cells and then it comes out as waste, like carbon.
Right.
Carbon, nitrogen, stuff like that.
Yes. So what's left in your lungs?
Nothing.
Like if you're out of breath,
Well,
Right.
If you can't,
if you
if you
can't,
can't exhale, then
you can't. It's
then it's just sitting. All the crap is just sitting there, like the whatever space.
like you know how when you blow into a balloon, right? It's not oxygen going into the balloon. It's like carbon or other
Carbon
stuff.
dioxide.
And then if you like suck up your own hair, you get like a headache
Or
Oh.
because you don't have enough.
you're
It's
not
not
getting
oxygen
the
that you're.
atmosphere that you need.
That's not oxygen that you're breathing in. It's too much of other stuff.
You already depleted the oxygen that was in that breath.
Yeah.
Because you used it up.
So
Can't
to,
complain about that, Vic.
so to function properly, you have to have equal proportions of oxygen coming in as stuff going out.
No, we just have enough. We have enough oxygen
Well,
because technically our energy.
This is little Zayden that you used to play with,
He's not
all
little.
grown up, not little no more, all the way down. Full grown boy.
Pinocchio.
Wait, what? What was the question?
but we breathe in the same amount of stuff, oxygen, whatever, as we breathe out.
Well, the stuff that is energy is called ATP, and it's basically your cells and everything. It needs oxygen, but it also needs other stuff.
Right.
Yeah, you can't just. If you
Can't-
just had oxygen,
You'd be dead.
You
but-
said really high and it did.
So like, you don't just need like oxygen
Yeah.
to have the energy you need. I don't know what the formula is because I was like,
I know it's
A
I
semester
think it's
ago.
like 20 for oxygen and 70 for 70 something for nitrogen.
that's like
and then the rest like hydrogen, like the little they get smaller.
Yeah.
Percentage wise.
like 20 is the second most, and then it's nitrogen.
I just wonder what's in the space in my lungs when I'm out of breath.
Nothing.
Carbon.
You're pushing.
Because
it.
I don't know actually, because if you're breathing in and you're like
So like when I get the breath knocked out of me, what's left?
Unoxygenated blood, not in your lungs, I guess. But
when you get your wind knocked out of you, wouldn't it just be like your heart stopping or something like that?
no,
That's
it's just
horrible.
it's just the
Like, you ever had that happen?
Like when you get like punched right here.
it's just you
Like
didn't
hard
get the
enough?
breath.
No,
You didn't get to
understand.
breathe in your
Yeah.
breath. It got forced out instead of
Yeah.
being able to inhale.
So like when they make a vacuum, right?
There's nothing. It's just
Right.
there's like
Well,
no,
you
there's
be-
no air. It's just like nothing.
Right.
It's basically space, but with gravity, since it has a gravitation, like the Earth has a gravitational pull. That's like the only thing that's
Right. So they take out the nothing. They take it down to nothing, right?
Yeah.
So there's just space.
Nice, man, nice.
So when
Music's always a great time.
All I saw was smoke to AJ.
so you
Hold
can't
on.
move nothing.
Grab my computer, please.
Did Zach not make burger? Sorry.
So you can move nothing through nothing. Okay.
yeah. Because technically, there's no other forces acting upon you. That's why in space, like when there's like zero gravity,
Is there
You-
a charger I can use in here?
the only force that's acting upon you is like if you hit something or something like that.
I guess I just don't know what nothing is.
That's where we're hung up.
It's just nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Just nothing.
What is that space called nothing?
space.
That sounds kind of silly.
Well, that concludes tonight's episode.
Yep. See ya.
See ya. Have a good one, Vic. We gotta get going. 10 o'clock. Gotta get going.
Come on, buddy. Make sure I grab this. Don't forget that.
There is nothing acting upon you. What are you acting upon? Nothing. Nothing.
Buddy.
I like that. I like that, Vic. We gotta get